Hi again. Today I want to show you how to work the corner to corner stitch. It's a great stitch pattern for advanced beginners. If you know how to double crochet and if you know how to chain and you know how to slip stitch, then you'll find this fairly easy. If you don't know how to double crochet, then it's probably good that you go and learn that before you attempt this. But if you're starting out in crochet and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, then corner to corner is a really great option for you to try. So I'm going to show you how to make a square today, and without further ado, let's get going. So first things first, we're going to make a slip knot in our yarn, and we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then this chain at the top here, that doesn't count, so you just count the ones that are hanging down, and you want to put a double crochet. That's a UK treble. I'm using American terms, so an American double crochet into this 4th chain from your hook. And again into the next chain, you're going to put another double crochet. You'll see some people go into the top chain, but I like to go into the bottom. It really makes no difference. So again, for that last chain, we're going to pop one more double crochet to finish off our block. It can be a little bit tight, this one. So that is our first block done. What you've got is you've got your chain 3 that you made when you looped over and put your first double crochet in, and then you've got 3 double crochets that make up your first block in your corner to corner. And this is basically the building block for the whole blanket, making these little blocks. So next, for your second row, you'll chain 6. And again into the 4th chain from your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to pop a double crochet. And then again into the next chain, another double crochet, and a third one into the last chain of your chain 6. And some people turn their work, but I just like to flip this little block up, and you're going to pop a slip stitch into this chain space. So not into the stitch, you're going into the chain space that you created earlier, and you're just going to pop a slip stitch there. And what that does is it anchors the 2 blocks together. Then next you're going to chain 3, and again you're going to put 3 double crochets into that same chain 3 space that we just slip stitched into. So 1, 2, 3, and again chain 6, and pop a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and into the next 2 chains after that as well. So 1 double crochet into those 3 chains, and you can slowly see that you're starting to build the corner shape of your corner to corner blanket. Flip your previous work up again, so you've got the wrong side of these stitches facing you, and pop a slip stitch into that chain 3 space. Then chain 3, and pop 3 double crochet again into that chain 3 space that you just slip stitched into. Then again slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, and 3 double crochet into that same chain 3 space. And if you look there, you can see that you're starting to get that distinctive widening from the corner, and you essentially repeat those rows until your blanket is as wide as you want it to be. I'll show you how to do one more, and then I'll come back and show you how to do the decrease. So we're going to chain 6, and pop a double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook, and then a double crochet into each of those remaining 2 chains that we just made. Flip your block up so you've got the wrong side of the previous block next to you, facing you, and then you're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space. Chain 3, and 3 double crochet into this chain 3 space. Slip stitch into that chain 3 space, and chain 3. Three double crochet into that chain 3 space, and slip stitch into the next chain 3 block up, chain 3 space on the next block up. Again, chain 3, and 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go away now and make this a bit wider for you so that it's a bit easier for you to see the decrease, but you just keep repeating those rows of chain 6, double crochet into the 4th chain from your hook, and 2 more double crochets into the next 2 chains along, and then you're repeating this row over and over again until your blanket is as wide as you want it to be. So I've gone ahead and added a few more rows onto this sample just so that I've got a little bit more stitches to work with to show you the decrease. You'll see lots of tutorials say that there's a right side and a wrong side to corner. There really isn't, so you just need to decide which way you prefer to work. I prefer to work with the triangle to the left. I'm left-handed even though I crochet right-handed, but you can work it this way too as well. You can see that it's completely identical on both sides. So once you've increased it to the point where you're happy and you want to start decreasing, you finish off your block and then you turn your work. And then what I like to do, I like to slip stitch along. Some people chain 3 and join here, but I personally like to slip stitch. So I don't go in between the stitches. I like to go back into the stitch that I've just done. So you slip stitch across 1, 2, and 3. And then what I do is I pop a slip stitch into the chain 3 space in the same way that we would if we were increasing. Then it's the same. You chain 3 and you put your 3 double crochets into that block. So essentially all you've done is you've skipped your increase, and you can already see that it starts to bring in the blanket or square. So you're now creating the opposite side of the triangle. So that's 3 double crochets into that block. Then, as it is in exactly the same way as if I was increasing, you've got slip stitch in that next chain 3 space, chain 3, 3 double crochets into that same chain 3 space, slip stitch into the next block, chain 3, 3 double crochets into that same chain 3 space, then you're going to slip stitch again, chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, and there are 3 double crochets, slip stitch, chain 3, pop 3 final double crochets into that block, and then you can see already that you have decreased by 1. When you reach here, you don't add that final one on, or you can, but I'm not going to. I'm going to start my decrease here. You're going to turn your work and then slip stitch into each of those 3 double crochets from the previous block again. 1, 2, 3, and then I pop a slip stitch into that chain 3 space from before. Chain 3, 3 double crochets, into that chain 3 space, slip stitch to the next chain 3 space, chain 3, 3 double crochets into this chain 3 space again, slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, 3 double crochets again. It really becomes second nature once you've done a few of these. It's such a nice stitch to do when you don't want to concentrate. Slip stitch again, chain 3, 3 double crochet into the same chain 3 space, slip stitch, chain 3, and 3 double crochet into that last block. Then again, slip stitch into that side of that block, turn your work, and slip stitch across those 3 top stitches from the block on the previous row to bring you back to a point where you can then start working diagonally across and bringing this square smaller and smaller with each row. So you can see already it's coming together. So I'll show you once more. Chain 3, 3 double crochet into that same space that you've just slip stitched into previously. Slip stitch into the next block, into that chain 3 space, chain 3, three double crochet into that same chain 3 space we've just slip stitched into, slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochet, slip stitch, one more chain 3, three double crochets, and a final slip stitch. To bring it to the edge together. And you can see if I flip this over, there is no right and wrong side. So it's really lovely because until you put your edge on, there isn't a wrong side. So you can really choose which side you prefer to work with. Again, slip stitch over. One more into that chain 3 space. And then you're just going to repeat up, and I'll meet you at the last block when there's just one block left, and I'll show you how to finish off. Okay, so I've decreased now and I've just got one block left, and if you see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks across that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks that way, so it is a perfectly square. So I've slip stitched across and I've slip stitched into that last chain 3 space, and then for the last block it's just the same, chain 3 and 3 double crochet into that chain 3 space. Slip stitch to that last block, and then what you need to do is you need to break your yarn with a decent enough tail for you to sew in, and then pull through. So there we have it, a lovely crocheted corner to corner square, and you can go as big as you want with these. That, you know, your patience is the only limit when it comes to corner, and in another video I will show you how to make a rectangle if rectangle blankets are more your thing. So thanks for watching, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be back again soon. Bye!